Well, hello, 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 hello. Um, fingers crossed, we're good tonight. I can see 8 people on, no comments yet. Let's see what happens tonight. I didn't actually follow up and troubleshoot a little bit last week, but last week I couldn't see any people, so the comments may start coming through because it's a little delayed. Okay, well, I think summer's over. I've got a jacket on and it's actually chilly. And can I say that I actually put my electric blanket on just a little bit last night just to warm up the bed before I got in. Hi, Linnell, Cheryl, Carmel, Donna, hello, Sharon, Del, hello, Michelle. Yeah, I think that was, it killed me to do it, but yes, it was nice getting just taking the chill off the bed. Hi, Chris, hello. Wait for a few more to come on. So how's your week been, everyone? Got a few stitches in, hopefully. Susan, Joe, hello. Christine, hello. We're on YouTube. Melissa, got your slippers on. See, it is cold, isn't it? I'm just on the edge of cold. I've got a jacket on, but my legs are just on the edge. Katrina, hello. YouTube. Karen, Marg, hello. Peter, hello. Did everyone enjoy their long weekend last weekend? If you got one, I know it wasn't every state, but it was several states. So I was blessed with the public holiday for my birthday, so that was nice. I had a lovely day with my special people. Missed one in Adelaide, but had the other girls here. Denise, hello. Sharon keeps the bed warm. He's like a bully. Oh, yes, okay. Yeah, that helps, but not getting into a cold bed. Denise, hello. Marilyn, Catherine, Jeanette, chilly and wannable. Yeah, it is. I think it's definitely autumn, isn't it? Yeah, and the days are getting shorter. So, but we've still got another month or 3 weeks till daylight savings finish. Tracy's still quilting here. Tracy's quilting Mary Mary. I just said she could share some progress pics if she wanted to. 7 p.m. already, Juliet. Yes, and it'll be dark by 7:30, I think. Oh, thanks, Sharon. Yes, another year around the sun. Lovely one for me at a sewing retreat with a bunch of girlfriends. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, don't get to do it. Ever get to do that unless I'm working and running it. But one day I will. It's a retirement dream. And hello. Okay, so gin tonight. I have chosen from Three Little Birds Distillery their Bramble gin. This is a South Australian one. That's right. Yes. Oh, no, I know. Cindy gave me this one. I'm wondering how I got it. I don't think it is Tasmanian, but Cindy gave me this one. Yes. Handcrafted small batch gins are playful, brights, and not afraid to explore beyond the nest. The Three Little Birds distilling processes, this is very small writing, happens entirely in Adelaide, where we create our own spirit before infusing botanicals cultivated in the unruly beauty of the South Australian wilderness. The Bramble is an entanglement of signature gin, blackberries, and lemon zest. The month of maceration produces a sweet and sumptuous drop akin to a summer fling. There you go. So, who did I miss there? Naomi, Liz, Julie, hello, Leanne, Julie, Joanne, Jeanette, hello, everyone. So this is a Bramble. So on Saturday on the weekend Sunday I worked. That's right, I worked Saturday and I worked Sunday, and then we went into the seafood festival, and there was gin tastings, which was 7K. So 7K I always like their raspberry gin, but I hadn't actually tasted their others, and they had a new Bramble gin, so I didn't buy it. But anyway, this is a Bramble. This was more purple and a lot stronger in colour. So I guess it depends what mix of berries they put in. And then they had another one that was really nice too, a coastal gin, which would be really nice with cucumber and mint, I think. But anyway, another time. They weren't actually selling them there. They were just selling drinks, and then they just did some tastings. Hi, Carly. Hi, Sol. Hi, Jane. Yeah, quite fruity. It's quite nice on its own too. Really nice, but I've got to be able to speak previous session, so we'll add a drop of soda. I did tell you about my gin high tea, didn't I? ASA girls, you could, oh no, you can't. It's Friday, Saturday, Sundays. You'll be too busy, you'll be at ASA, you can't do your gin high tea. Hi Vicky, hi Helen. That was really tiny, Sharon. Very tiny, ridiculously tiny. I've got these are magnified glasses. I mean, they're prescription, but they've got magnification in them, and I couldn't read it. Made just for my lives. These glasses are. Still couldn't read it, but that is a good idea to take a photo and zoom in. But I didn't have time for that. Janet, hello. Good, and my hexies are so much better. Excellent. What would you use? Expect that's been asked before. So I use Janet's asked what thread I use for hexies, EPP. I use the Wonderful Deco Bob, which is an 80 weight poly thread. So it's strong but really fine. So it just sinks into your applique or your EPP shapes into the fabric and you don't see it. I did always used to use a 60 weight bottom line, which is a 60 weight poly, which is so that's slightly thicker. The lower the number, slightly thicker. But after COVID, supply was really intermittent with that. So I switched to Wonderful because we have a great Australian distributor. And supply is really good. So 80 weight Deco Bob thread. And you just get it on the little bobbins, Janet. You can get it on spools as well. I haven't got my thread holder in here. But, yeah, I usually have a spool, just a small spool of one of the blending colours, like the taupey colour or a creamy colour. And I use that for everything. Or you can just get little bobbins. And that's all you need. So, that was good. Catherine, a funny story for you. So I had my nip in my finger lime bottle for tonight and tipped it out and washed. Oh no! Washed out the bottle. Oh no! I was cleaning up dinner dishes and tipped out my wine I was drinking. Holy dolly! He doesn't want you to drink alcohol. Oh dear. Oh no! Oh dear. What a waste. I hate wastage. Gidget, hello. I must have mentioned your name on a social and not spelling your name correctly. Ah, I missed that. So if you didn't spell it correctly, maybe it didn't tag me. Or did I see it? Don't think, but that's all right. I'm not easily offended. Thank you for mentioning my name. Thank you for spreading the word. All right. So I've got some new fabrics and things to show you tonight. I've got nothing really. I mean, you can order things, but we're not having any sales or anything like that because Joe is just frazzled trying to keep up with orders and prepping for events. We've got a busy month coming up. I've got Inspire Stitch Dream next weekend, and there's lots of patterns and consignment orders to go for that. We've got 4 different distributor orders. We got straight into AQC and then straight into Chicks. So it's pretty hectic, and Lauren's back at uni and we haven't got her very many days. So and Donna's just got back from 3 weeks away. So we're sort of treading water at the moment. So Joe said, please don't do any sales. So if you haven't got your invoice from last week's sales, they're all there. She's getting to it. Okay. And those that won prizes as well or bid on the kits to finish, she'll get to it. So I have got more stuff there to do, but I won't do it tonight because she just needs time to breathe. Okay. What else did I miss there? Well done, Gidget. Well done. Okay. Okay. So anyway, but I am going to demo something that I'm in the middle of making because, and I'm going to do that first because I've got it all set out ready. But first of all, we should talk about the quilt behind me. So this was actually the very first block of the month that I did in 2001, I think. Hi, Vienna. And it was the first one or maybe the second one. I think it was the first one, but it was the first one that I did with Colour K. So it's after I started playing with coloured pencils on fabric and did all the testing and fine-tuned the method and gave it a name of Colour K. Hi, Rhonda. So, of course, I had 2 little girls, one at kindy, one at school, and husband in the army away all the time. and I was in Canberra. So this was called Fairy Kisses. And I actually, for the first time in my life, well, I'm probably not the first one. Oh, okay. Daisy Dance was next. That's what I was trying to remember. Was Daisy Dance first or second? Um, sorry, that's just my sister reminding me because she quilted them. What was I saying? Yeah, so I actually packaged this with some cover sheets, and I actually wrote a little story to my children. So it came with a story called Fairy Kisses, and it was all about fairies and little girls, things like that. Hi, Andrea. And so you got a bit of the story each month, and it was all colour K, and it was all screen printed onto fabrics. I think we've even got a few little bits left here and there, but not full sets. So I should drag those out and give those away one day and see how you can make those or make them into something else. Hi, Judith. So this was Fairy Kisses, and it had this sort of center block here. I think I already also made dolls, did some doll patterns. I've never done them again. Dolls aren't my thing. You've got to stick to your lane, I think. I have too many lanes already. But anyway, there were some dolls because each one was named after one of my girls. So there was there's 3 little girls here. I only had 2 then, though. I didn't have Matilda. And then it was in a woodland sort of forest, so with flowers and lots of vines and nasturtiums and lettuce and butterflies. And so it was like a medallion quilt. So each block you went out. So there was 1, 2 corners, and then these heart blocks went around. And then there was a poem in here. I read it. It was, if you see a fairy ring in a field of grass, very lightly step around, tiptoe as you pass. Last night fairies frolicked there, and they're sleeping somewhere near. If you see a tiny fairy lying fast asleep, shut your eyes and run away. Sorry, I hope you can hear me. Do not stay to peek. Do not tell, or you'll break the fairy spell. I can't remember who wrote that. Who wrote that poem? It was someone famous. Anyway. Hi, Debbie. Hi. You're doing it now, Joanne. See, that never goes off. And Tracy just said she quilted 2 of them last year. So that was 2001, I think, or 2002. So they're over 20 years old, still going strong. And lots of different colorways I saw those done in. So, but yeah, a lot of it's colored pencil and then a lot of stitchery. So how we progress in style and all sorts of things over time, isn't it? I think it really depends what's influencing you at the time, like small children versus grown up, simple girls now who like more contemporary minimalist things. Yes. Anyway, so that's that one. That's Fairy Kisses. So that's the one that I pinned up tonight. I did have pinned up what I showed you last week, and I did finish, but it's only tiny, and it just sort of filled this little spot here, and the rest looked very empty. So remember last week I showed you, we did a demo of Judy's quilt. So I did go on and finish that in a couple of hours on Sunday. So I think that came together really quite nicely. I will be honest and say that it didn't come together that quite nicely. It should have. It could have if I'd thought a bit more about it. But I thought, oh no, I'm just going to chain piece and whack it all on. That doesn't actually work like that. You've got to have each one in the opposite direction. So there was a bit of unpicking happening. But anyway, I did it in a couple of hours. And one day I will layer it and quilt it. In the meantime, I'll put it over here with a couple of other quilt tops I've shown you before that have never left and never been quilted. But I thought that's a really sweet little baby quilt, and it's just really soft colours. So I do have a couple of people recently with babies that I should finish it and actually gift it, but I always think about it, the poor things never get anything. They're 10 by the time I get around to it. So, but yeah, I thought that was really sweet. And there was, as I said, I didn't have a pattern. Judy had the one out of the magazine, and I just saw it quickly, and then just did up a template and went full steam ahead. Hi, Caroline. But I should have thought a little bit more because, yeah, one went one way, one went the other. And I sort of thought, oh, no, it'll work. If I put it on the same side and then I flip it, it'll work. But no, it didn't work. Anyway, it's done. It's done. Put away. So I'm going to do a demo first up before I show you the other stuff because I've got it all set up here because I did one this afternoon and did a little recording of a different block. So on my Mary Mary quilt, if you remember, a block of the month, it's mostly on a cream background and it just has one darker grey border. And when I was designing it initially, Two Green Zebras wanted two colorways. So I also designed one on the grey background and it actually looked really nice. I really quite liked it. Different for me doing a dark background, but it looked really nice. So while I'm waiting for fabric to come in, I've got nothing better to do. I decided that I would make some cushions to go with the quilt. And these ones I'm doing on the grey background, which is a dark background. So if you remember when I've demoed over the last year doing some of the parts of the quilt, and all those will turn into videos that we'll share when people are making the quilt. I used my light box and we'll go overhead, the light box and my Teflon cutting mat on top of my light box and then the design sheet underneath it so you could layer it all up and do it. And I put my background block down first and then I layered them all up in order on top. Well, when you have a dark fabric that you can't see very well through it to see your layout guide, this is another method of doing all your laying up. And it's basically an upside down method. Just turn my iron on. So in this instance, instead of starting from the bottom up, I want to start from the top down. So my top piece on this design is this center piece here, which I have done in pink, not in cream. So I'm going to flip that upside down though. And then I'm going to put some dots of glue on that one. And then get my next piece and lay that on top. And then I'm going to put some dots of glue on that. And then my next piece, which I cut today without paper, and I did it using my Mylar circle template. Just starched the edges and ironed it over my template. So I haven't got paper on that one because those large circles don't come in the paper pack. But you may not remember, but in the actual quilt that has bias around it, so you didn't need to turn the edges. All right, now I'm going to do all of these ones. Okay, so all of these pink wedges here. So again, I'm going to put dots of glue around that seam allowance. And then I'm going to take my little scallopy things. I can't really see exactly what fabrics I've used, but that doesn't matter. I'm just going to spread them out evenly around it. So I've got all those, and then I'm going to set that with here. This Susan over on YouTube. Hello, well done. We will see you again soon. Japan looked wonderful. Hi, Karen. Edel, hello. Okay, now I've got my corners, and I'm actually just going to first of all assemble these little flower corners. So I'll just come up a little bit on the screen there. So again, top down, bottom up. With that one, I'm going to put my check going into the corner. And then I could do that either way. I could do it up that way too if you wanted to. But then you sort of, doing it up that way, the light box is good because I can see where the hole of the paper is underneath. Make sure I've got it in, whereas doing it upside down, I've got it exactly put onto my layout guide below. Hi, Marlene. Miranda, hello. Mary, hello. Ula or Ella, hello. Where are you here from? Hi, Sue. I'm using Roxanne's basting glue. Janine, hello. Karen, hello. I think that slipped a bit when I moved it. I'll move that across a bit. So it's a water-soluble temporary glue, and heat setting it with the iron just makes it really strong. I've got two more. I think my glue is just about empty and needs to be refilled. If you can't eyeball things, Mandy, this is like a no fail method. Yes, it's all there for you. Oh. Tracy was quilting my quilt. She found one missing leaf. Of the 1,078 leaves, I missed one. That's the little ones. I'd say I probably didn't miss it, but I missed stitching it and it fell off in transit. So I'll have to add that one back on. All right, so now we have got some little stems out here. So I've got some bias that I've made on the straight grain because it's just straight stem, so I didn't need to make it on the bias grain, but they made it with the 1/4 inch bias maker still. So now I'm going to just put a little bit there so that sticks there. Okay, I'll do that on each corner. So upside down, remember, so we've got to be upside down. Or wrong side up, I should say, I suppose. Okay, I'm going to set that. You just got to get your head around doing it upside, the opposite way you normally do it. So you have to work from the top down instead of the bottom up. And then you've actually got to have the pieces wrong side up as well. Okay, so now I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the end of this and pop my flowers on each corner. That's why I had a fair bit sticking under, so I had something to catch it and glue it under. But you'll see in a minute it doesn't really matter that much. I think you're just missing the top a little bit. I can't quite fit them all on. Okay, now my leaves originally sat either side outside my stems, and I could do that and put them on after, or if I wanted to, I could just tuck them under, the points under a little bit and do that. So I'll do that for now. So there is something to glue it on, but you don't have to, because you'll see you could have just added those afterwards. All right, they're probably not going to stick there very well because it's the tiniest little point on the tiniest bit of glue, but that's okay. I can adjust them later. You could do the stem over the flower, Joanne. Yes, you could. As in, I've got my leaves coming out from under the stem, but I could have done it the other way around. I could have tucked them under. I can do them either way. Or on my original pattern, they don't even touch the stem. They go either or. So you can do it either way. All right. 2 spare leaves. Okay, can't count. Now, the next groovy trick, though, is what I'm going to do now is I'm going to, just working out which way, fold my background square and press the center folds. Okay, and now I'm going to go around the whole thing and put my little dots of glue on everything. So doing it the other way, we would have done this one piece at a time when we had it up the right way. Now I've got my whole block done in one unit, but it's pretty fiddly, so I can't really pick it up. It'll just fall apart. If you had more solid things, you can pick up the motifs, like I could do the smaller flowers. But this one, all those corner bias stems and everything are just going to flop down and potentially fall off. So I'm now going to put my glue on all of it. I'm just going to put a bit in the middle too, underneath that centre, so it doesn't sort of bubble up while I'm appliquing it down. I also, when I was gluing my leaves, I glued my tails back under as well, thinking that I might do this by machine. Right, now I'm going to take my folded background fabric, right side down, and I'm going to line it up with my centre lines, because remember on my Teflon sheet, I've got my centre line, so I've got them lined up with the centres of my block, and then I'm going to fold it out and fold it out, and all that to fuse that glue. Remember, the glue is Roxanne's Basic Glue, and it's water soluble, so it will wash out when you're done. And you could just leave it to dry, but I just find setting it with the iron makes it much stronger, so it all stays in place for when you're stitching by hand or by machine. So I want to make sure I've dried and set all those little tiny dots of glue. Hi Lorraine, a little late. Oh, are my stems on the front of the flowers? Oh, is that what I've done? Okay. Maybe I did. Yes, I was meant to fold it back before I did it. It's all right. I'll fix it when I turn it over. I did it this afternoon on the other one too. Sorry, I thought you meant the leaves. No, you're right. This afternoon when I did it, I pinned it out of the way. My mistake. Well picked up, ladies. Okay, so ta-da, turn it over. Oh, let's just pull this up before you see it. Oh, so you didn't see that mistake. It's all fixed, all fixed. Okay, and there is my block. I'm just going to cut a bit more under these leaves because they're the ones that might have been a bit loose because they were only held in the middle. Don't want them to fall off. and it's all done. So I could actually go to the machine and have that, stitched down in half an hour. But I more than half did one last night by hand. I'm doing three cushions. So, and I've got the other two ready to go to stitch down. So I'll decide. Sometimes it's easy to do those big ones by machine, because then it it doesn't move and scrunch up. It stays nice and flat and in place while you're stitching. So I potentially might go and do that one by machine. And even that one, and then everything else is locked in, and the rest I'll do by hand. We'll see how I go tonight, how much I get done, but I'll probably still be finishing the other one. But see, that's how you can do a dark fabric that you can't see through to your layout guide. You just do it upside down, and it's all there ready to go. How cool is that? All right, so that's our little demo, and now I'll go through and show you what I've brought home tonight, what we've got new to show you. Hi, Jenny. Yeah. It does look nice. It still stands out, doesn't it, on the dark background? And if I had, I should show you a digital version of the Merry quilt in with all the dark background. So I wasn't tonight, Karen, because I could see through it okay. Because I was doing it upside down, I could just have my clear Teflon mat or silicone mat, and I didn't need the light box. But every other week, yes, I've been using the light box because I've put my background fabric on first. So I've put my light box, my light pad, and then my silicone ironing mat, and then I've been ironing on top of it. And it was a bit scary the first time I did it. I did test it first. But the light pad survived beautifully, and it just works really well. Yep. So you've got your light pad, then your silicone mat, a good one, so that you know that you're not going to hurt it, and then light box, then the layout guide, so the design sheet, then your silicone mat, and then your background fabric, and then all your pieces. Doing it the normal way. And in my machine, I use a blind hem stitch. And if you look on my website or on YouTube, I've got heaps of videos on how to set it up on a couple of different machines, what sort of length and width and what you're aiming to achieve, so you can do it in your own fabric, own machine, and get it the same. But it's a blind hem stitch. Yeah, I do like the dark background. All right, so let's see what we've got to show you. I've got a heap of new fabrics. So first of all, Kathy Doughty's new fabric range, Camouflage. We just got fat quarter packs of this. So some nice big floral prints, some nice bold colours, not necessarily all bright, but really bold, courageous colours, as Kathy always uses. So for Figo Fabrics. And it's called Camouflage, and I don't know why, but it does have that sort of camo green sort of in there as well. So there's fat quarter bundles of that, and then we just have a couple of fat quarter bundles of Annie Downs's new fabric collection, Slow and Steady. They didn't all come, not everything that we ordered is on back order, and also the stitchery panel didn't come, so it must have been oversold, I think. So there's a couple of the Slow and Steady fat quarter bundles, 18 pieces by Hatched and Patched, which is very nice if you like Hatched and Patched colours. They're always beautiful, sort of muted, dirty, but pretty colours. And he has her particular style that we all love. Then we have just one of Kathy's fabrics on the bolt. Let me just clean up here and get rid of a bit of stuff. So this large floral. Lauren, that was yours. She said I could show it and you could wait for the others if anyone wanted them. So sorry about that, Lauren. We'll see. But we will see. Yeah, so this is like a large floral. Let's go all the way out. In typical Kathy, beautiful, bold and bright and interesting and fun. That one. And then that's just one from Figo Fabrics, and then we have a heap of Japanese fabrics, really cute, cool ones. So this is a Quilt Gate one, and it's like postage stamps, but it's alphabet. So great for the kids. That's right, Lauren. That's right. Go away for 1 week, you miss out. So yeah, G is for girl, D is for dog. It's really not 1930s. I don't know what do you call this style. Anyway, it's very sweet. So Z for zebra, Q for queen, X for xylophone, P for postman, A for apple, R for rabbit, I is for ink. Very sweet, very cute. It looks quite 1930s sort of style. K is for kitten. That's that one. And then this one for all the little cheeky boys and girls. It's very cute. I really love this. So it's got panda bears and crocodiles and porcupines and a chicken and turtles, and I guess that's a leopard, another bear, a cat, a rabbit, a lion, a mouse, and all this bunting. So very sweet, very sweet. What was the blues? Which one are you saying you love the blues? In this one? It's more of a tealy blue, if that's what you're talking about in the blues. Or is it in Annie's? No, I don't know which one you're talking about. Anyway, here's all our little creatures. They don't have names, these ones. They don't give them like cute names or anything. Just has a code. Okay, this one, I could say for all the little boys out there, but it doesn't have to be boys. This is train tracks. And I think this would make a great quilt backing for a floor mat, and they can turn it over and play their trains. Yeah, so there's all sorts of different trains, a coal train, steam trains, containers. Yeah, that's a nice train one. I have no recollection of ordering this, absolutely none whatsoever. But anyway, at least it's quite sweet. The first bolt, yeah, okay, that one. Yes, okay, that is the one that I meant. Lovely little fellows. They could be lovely little fellows. Hello, Jane, watching. Did you just go to Antarctica, Jane? I think I saw you in photos. That looked like the most amazing trip if you did. All right, here's some more lovely little fellows. So I'm assuming it's clearly the same artist, same designer. They're Annual fabrics. But these ones are all dogs, but I'm sure that it's the same style of drawings. So let's go for a walk. I'm so glad to meet you. Woof, my sweet home. And then it's just all different dogs, cartoony dogs. So that's pretty sweet too. Then we have, now I'm going to let you tell me what they are. Do you think they're little squirrels or little, they're eating little nuts. So, I don't know. What do you think they are? Not really squirrels. They haven't got a tail. They're not little bears. I thought I saw you there, Jane. It looked the most amazing trip. Hamsters. Yes, probably hamsters. Because they're not guinea pigs either, which is sort of, yeah, hamsters possibly are. Anyway, they're very sweet. Very sweet. Kayleen, hello. Oh, Lauren says hamsters too. Yes, okay. I knew you'd know. Guinea pigs or hamsters, yes. I knew you'd know what they were. All right, so what are these ones then? I guess these are cats. I guess those ones are little cats. Again, very sweet. But they are definitely cats, those ones. Okay. Gerbils could be. And then to round it out, because I have no memory of ordering any of these. Maybe Lauren and Joe had a day on their own. But we got little penguins. Aren't they cute? Cute little penguins. So there's 2s and 1s and 3s and got little life rings, scarves. But they're very cute. The Japanese do lots of little cute little prints. If you want to find something different that you don't see everywhere, we look at the Japanese ranges. And they're a little heavier fabric. They're not linen, but they're quite solid and heavy, the Japanese fabrics. So, yeah. So anyway, that was all the new cute little bolts. So for those doing I Spy, we have, see, that's when I ordered all these. It could have been like 2 years ago when I was I Spying and looking for fabrics. I might have ordered them then, in which case I would never remember ordering them that long ago. Because sometimes they do take a long time to come in. We obviously forget about them and think that perhaps they're never coming. 1 metre of penguins for Karen. Okay, I'm not sure if Joe's on, Karen, so maybe send her that message because I haven't seen her here. So although Donna is here and she's working tomorrow, she might remember to cut a metre for you. Otherwise, they'll be back at the shop tomorrow and I'll be there Saturday when I'm in there. All right, and then a few more things that have come in. We have got getting ready for HUC and filling our board and looking for new things. So I'm going to get this out of the packet. I've got some new zipper pulls in. Oh, where's my camera? So we have got silver, gold, and rainbow little, oops, in there, little roses. It's a bit blurry, isn't it? Let's go back to half. Oh, then you can't really see it. Maybe you can pinch and zoom in there. My 5th travel I could into the Shimago. Oh, really? They will be, Jane. I didn't realise you'd done Michelle ones. Michelle was so generous in telling me all how I have to do it when she was down here. So feel free to give me more tips when I see you in June, because I won't have done my first one by then. All right, and then we have got these little rose wreaths, so gold and rainbow, and these little tiny wreaths of roses. So they are new. And then we have koala, a koala in gold. Little koala, and it's double-sided, so koala, mama with a little baby on its back. You can also give any of the ASL girls tips on the cruise that are going on the cruise later in the year, Jane, because there's a couple on there that are coming on the cruise, so you can give them tips too. So a little koala. So there's some new zipper pulls, and then we have some new zips too. Yeah, and I might have to ask Travel Right if I can do that one day in a couple of years. It's the only way I'll ever get there. So, but it was all South America as well. Like, it was amazing, an amazing trip. Anyway, so new zips. So this is like a blue floral, and you can put whatever pulls with it, probably silver or black zipper pull with it. So that's a blue floral, and then we have a purple plaid. I really wish they had these plaid in other colours, and there are some purple pulls that we can go with that. And then we have, I think those ones are $4.50 a metre. And then we have this different sort of rainbow one, in that it's got like all the colours along here. So you could put any colour, or you could put a purple zip pull, or we've got some like hot pink metallic-y sort of ones that would go with those. So there's those. And then last but not least in the new ones, and I know there's a couple more florals to come that didn't come in time, but this one, how cool is this? How iridescently cool is that? So it's got like the rainbow teeth, and then it's got this rainbow down the side. So you can imagine that with Chula fabrics or anything bright. It's quite a bit of bling, isn't it? Quite a bit of bling on that one. So that's pretty cool. So they're all size 5s, and they're all fit the zipper pulls as well. Now that one actually looks a bit chunkier. I'm going to have to try that one and just check. But so their new zips in. I'll put all the links in for these in a minute. Oops, they all just fell down and unraveled. And that might be all I've got to show you. So I'll just put all those links in for you. Because last week, Hazel spends so many hours putting these all on the website and putting the links into the live for me. And then I hang up from the live and see all the links that I forgot to put in. Hi, Amelia. Nearly done. Have to go back onto replay. Yes, Maureen, back on replay. There we are. I think that's got all the links very quickly in there. Okay, so unless there's any questions, that's it from me tonight. Now, next week, there'll be no live. I will be landing in Adelaide for Inspire Stitch Dream. And sounds like I'm heading to a fringe show straight away that night, maybe. So, yes, we'll be bringing locks there. We'll have the zips and the zipper pulls at AQC. And we'll have as much as I can fit in my car, packed to the brim in every little space and orifice there is in my car. Just enough room for me to squeeze in. So we'll bring as much as we can, but obviously we can't bring everything. Also, I was meant to do it tonight and I forgot to bring them home. So also in the next week, we'll be releasing pre-sales for the make and takes for AQC. So I can't show you next week. I won't be here. It'll go out in the newsletter next week, and we'll be putting some posts up. Okay, so we're doing 2 make and takes a day. So I think I might have shown you the little glasses case. Maybe I didn't. Anyway, there's a little glasses case that has 1/4-inch hexies. Easy peasy. Don't stress. Easy peasy. And then a little needle case that has Dresdens and a little stitchery on it. So, and there's 4 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and there's 15 spots per day. So if you haven't been to AQC before, or you have, and you know that how hectic it is when you run, the doors open in the morning, you got to run straight to the booth and get your make and take spots before they sell out. So we're a bit naughty and we pre-sell them. We do, if there's any left, we sell them on the booth in the day, but we pre-sell them. And very sadly, there's actually only about 4 make and take sessions. So not many people have taken up the free offer of doing make and take sessions for us. So so I'm doing 2, and I think there's 2 others. Maybe there's 3, maybe there's 4 others. Anyway, there's not many. There's 2 classrooms and there's not many. So if you want to get which means with all the people, I think they'll sell out very quickly. So if you're on my newsletter list, when we send that out next week and bookings are open, then jump in quickly and grab your kits. AQC is the weekend, starts on the Thursday after Easter, Fiona, about the 11th, 10th or 11th. We're arriving at like 4 p.m. on the Thursday or the Friday, Anne. If you're landing at 4, you might be on the same flight as me, because I'm landing at around 4 on the Thursday on Virgin. You're in Adelaide the following week. You'll miss me there. Weekend after Easter, yes. Yes, you did do it last year, Sharon. Yes. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's really worthwhile. I get to meet so many more people and, help them and do a quick little project. So I know it's a lot of work, and it means I'm out of the booth. And we actually don't have many helpers this year at AQC. We only have Donna and Joe. So when I leave, it makes it hard because I've got to leave 3 times in the day to do 2 make and takes and 1 talk. So it does make it difficult. If anyone happens to be in Melbourne who's ever done a retail show before and wants to pop in and help, Thursday from Launceston. Oh, okay. Via Melbourne, though? Because I go Melbourne, Adelaide, and I get in about 4. Never mind. That's good. How are you getting down to McLaren Vale? Hiring a car? Or maybe there's probably a bus down there. I'm not sure. Sorry, that was answering Anne. Or actually, the 9th it starts? No, I think I'm on the boat on the 9th, Fiona. Better not, because I think I'm on the boat on the 9th. Whatever. I'm on the boat on the Tuesday night. Set up Wednesday. Open Thursday. Whatever that is. Hiring car. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's good, because you can have a look around all down there too then. Oh, you're in the morning, Fiona. Okay. And you've got a car too. All right. So anyway, that's enough raving on. But yes, watch out for those in the next week's newsletter, the opening for the pre-sales. Let's draw a winner from the jar. And it is Gwen Cameron. Gwen, are you still here? I'll give you a little minute because I know there's a big delay. See if Gwen is still here. I don't think we've had any technical glitches tonight, have we? I did spend the day doing all the updates on my laptop. Oh, crap. I better check my boat date then. Right. Maybe I'm on the boat on the 7th then. Oh, Gwen is here. Congratulations. Okay. If there's anything you want, just send an email through to Jo. Otherwise, and she'll include a little prize for you. Otherwise, we'll send you a digital prize. And if we don't do it, please remind us, because, this is in my home studio. Jo, I don't think he's watching tonight. So by the time it gets back to the shop tomorrow and I send messages, sometimes it gets forgotten. So we do our best, but it gets forgotten. All right. Oh, yeah, probably will, Sharon. I probably will. Yes. Okay, so that's it from me. I've got 3 cushions glued up ready to stitch. And then I've got a new project I want to sink my teeth into, which I was thinking a demo next week, but I'm not going to be here and I can't wait 2 weeks. So I'm just going to have to do it without showing you. I'll show you the progress in 2 weeks because I want something to take with me. There was something we were taking, weren't we, Fiona? Oh, I know, the woodcutter's daughter buttons. So I must check with Jo that they were going. I think that was all, wasn't it? The little wooden buttons. I think that's what we were taking for you. Is that correct? Otherwise, anything else, if there was something else, Fiona, message Jo. Don't message me, message Jo. No, message her, email her. Then we know it gets there in her queue of things to answer. Okay. All right. Night, everyone. I've got some stitching to do, and it is now dark. 8 o'clock. It is dark. And I will see you all in 2 weeks' time. And in that, if I'm not seeing you in Adelaide next weekend, and in that time, I hope you get lots of smooth stitches in. Enjoy. Bye for now.